What the heck is going on? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today it is Christmas. It's Christmas Day, and so I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna go fish because the lake is flat calm. Check that out. We're gonna go out there and rip around on the little John boat, and today we're gonna throw the big stuff. We got some Huddlestons. We're definitely gonna throw that. Might even pick up the glides. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see. Today's like a big fish day. I'm super excited. People have been catching really big fish all over the lake. So I'm going to kind of take you through it today and just show you my process in trying to catch the absolute biggest monster in the lake. And who knows, maybe we'll catch a 10, maybe we'll catch a giant. I don't know, I don't want to jinx it, but I'll see you in the water. Right there. So now you have a good general idea of how I get my boat on and out of the water without a trailer. It's a little unorthodox, but it works. Been about a week since I ran it, so I gotta let it warm up a little bit. Alright, so we're here at the first spot. It's got some rocks. It's like a little point that leads into a creek. Good pre-spawn area. I've caught big fish here before in the winter. We're going to start out throwing a Keitech 5.8. Not like a huge swim bait, but it's big enough where, you know, if they're eating it, then you know they're going to eat as a big swim bait. And so we're going to turn on the Lowrance here. I got it hooked up with my trolling motor. A little messy, but you know, it works. So we got 9 foot, and once the water temperature evens out, it'll probably be 50-ish. That'll be perfect for a good bite. So let's get to fishing. Alright, so before we continue the video, let me put this into context. I'm just sitting there fishing, and I just pulled up, you know, and I haven't even gotten a bite, and I hear a huge splash under the dock, you know, and I haven't seen it. And so I look over and I'm watching, and it jumps again, and it's this huge, you know, 7 to 8 pound bass just jumping around, and it looks like it's stuck on a line. It looks like someone has hooked it. But my best theory is that it was choking on a crappie or a bluegill. Other than that, I'm not really sure why I was jumping, but check out this clip. Huge though. next spot. Alright, well, we tried a couple things, didn't get any bites. Now we're going to run back and pick up Jackson. He's want to join, so we're going to fish the last 3 hours of the day with him, go hit the dam, see if we can find a big one.
There's no lake is the same.
No lake. Oh! Big?
I don't know. Is that even a bass?
Alright, there we go. Now we finally put something on video.
Ha! First jerkbait bass this winter. Let's go.
Jerkbait bass. There we go.
Oh, let me get it out of there.
On the jerkbait. What jerkbait is that?
Strike
Pro.
MTV.
Oh yeah. There you go.
On a jerkbait. I honestly don't care what we do.
Alright, well, the weather got a little worse, but we're going to hit one more spot. In the rain, in the cold.
In the rain.
In the rain.
Hey, that's prime jerkbait.
Well, I feel a little disappointed. It's ready! Alright, well, as you can see, that trip didn't really work out the way we wanted to. We went out there and we slung swim baits all day. I mean, we grinded it, and no bites. No bites, I mean, Jackson caught one on jerkbait, but, a little fluke fish. It happens. Sometimes you go out there and you swing for a big one and nothing happens. But I guess instead of leaving this video empty, I kind of wanted to run over the setups that I used today. There were two setups, and one was my soft bait setup. And right here, we're going to start off with the bait. It was a Keitech 5.8 was the main thing I threw, and I put that on an Owner Beast hook, and the line I'm running is 65-pound braid to a 25-pound leader, 20 or 25, either one works. Just kind of depends on the situation. And for a rod, I got a Phoenix 8-foot swim bait rod. This rod's kind of unique. It's kind of cheap. I like the way it's $200, and I also like the way this rod flexes. It's stiff, right? So it's stiff enough to get a good hook set. But it also folds over. The whole rod is very parabolic. I hope you can see that. It folds into a full circle while still being stiff, where you could set the hook hard with these soft baits. Any weedless bait, takes a good solid hook set. And on the reel there, I got a Curado K. This is such a solid reel. I've been using it recently for swim baits. The 6.2-to-1 version is perfect. It's not, it's not too fast, not too slow. And this reel is an absolute beast. It can handle really big baits. And the thing about it is you don't need such a big reel for a big soft bait because they really don't pull that hard. They don't have any drag. Baits that have drags like wake baits and crank downs like a Clash 9 or a Garuda, they have a lot of pull. So you got to have a reel that's appropriate like a Shimano Tranx. But for this little soft baits, you can use a small comfortable reel like this. It's got a small solid drag. I haven't had the drag slip. It works with braid very nice. The handle's big enough where it feels, beefy. And all around, it's a great soft bait setup. And I've liked using it so far, and it's probably what I'm going to stick with. And our second combo here, this was the bait of choice on the other rod, which was a 13-inch Hiroshima Squawfish Glide. And this is an absolutely beautiful bait. Hiroshima Customs. Brock Hiroshima makes some absolutely beautiful baits. This is 13 inches, about 11 ounces. The thing I like about this bait is that it has 3 hooks. Now it seems like minuscule, like why does it matter? But when you have such a big bait, when you get past like the 10-inch range, there's really no point that your bait shouldn't have 3 hooks on it. Honestly, when you get such a big, like a 12-inch glide, and it's only got 2 hooks, that really takes away from a lot of the hookup ratio. But adding that 3rd hook, I mean, you've got all your bases covered here. So anything that comes up and swipes at it, you're going to get a better hookup ratio than with just 2. And to that, I'm running 25-pound Seaguar Brazex, 25 is usually plenty. A lot of people say 30-pound mono or stuff like that, but I like 25. It's thin but still solid. And for the rod, I got a Dobyns 908 Ultra Mag Heavy. This is the heaviest rod that Dobyns makes. And on here it says that it's rated 8 to 30 ounces, but that's a little over. I could throw about a pound on this rod if I want to. The Matt Lures Dead Twitch is a good example. That bait weighs right at a pound, and this rod handles it just fine. I wouldn't go much over that though. But for things like this 11-inch or this 13-inch bait, great rod. Again, like the other rod, it's stiff enough where you can launch the bait, but it's symbolic bend where the rod folds over when you get a hookup. So on baits like this where they have a lot of leverage in their mouth, you're really not going to lose too many because of the rod. And then I got a Shimano Tranx 300 right there, a 5/8 to 1 gear ratio. Solid reel, super solid reel. Honestly, one of the best reels that Shimano puts out for swim bait fishing in terms of price. I mean, you got things like the Conquest and Terry's Monster Drive and all this crazy stuff, but this is a solid package for just under $300. I mean, this will handle whatever you want it to handle. Anyway, those are the 2 setups I was using today. It was a good day, swim bait fishing. A little fun, just good to get out and enjoy the water. I wanted to try and make more videos like this in the future instead of just posting like cast to catch stuff. People have been asking me to sit down and talk, and that really gives me a chance to explain my gear and talk to you guys, so I'm not just like keeping quiet and you think I don't know what I'm doing. But I got a few things to talk about. So I got more swim bait setups and more conventional stuff I want to talk about later in the future. But for now, I'll just leave you with that. And I hope you all have a great Christmas, happy holidays, and enjoy the rest of your break. Get out and do some fishing. Peace, everybody.